Hi, in today's tutorial I'm going to do an IPv4 calculation to find the host range, or the first host, last host, network ID and a broadcast ID of an IP address. This IP address could be within the class A IP, B or C. On the right side I do have range, the private IP address range chart. This chart represents each class. So I do have a class A with its subnet mask, class B and C. And also I do have this very important chart that you need to be familiar with, and you are going to use it most of the time if you are doing subnetting or calculation, basic IPv4 calculation. And this is basically converting from decimal to binary. So here I'm going to follow a few steps, and this is going to be writing my IP address and my subnet mask in binary. Then I'm going to draw a line to separate my network ID from the host ID. Then I'm going to do some calculation in binary to find the network first, last and broadcast ID. After finishing in binary calculation, I'm going to convert back to decimal and write it down in this location here. So let's go ahead. I do have my IP address, and it's 10.10.1.128 and /8. /8 is the subnet mask. So this is the CIDR notation, or it's basically the shortcut for the subnet mask. /8 can also be equal to 255, right? .0.0 and .0. So this 8 represents or saying that the first binary digits are all 1. So the subnet mask function, the main function of subnet mask, is to divide our IP address into two things, which is the network ID and the host ID. So when it says 8, it means that the first 8, starting from the first octet, belong to the network ID. And from 8 we can also understand, if we go to the right side, this is a class A IP address. If we check the range of this IP address, so it's 10.10.1.128, and if we see the private IP address ranges here, it's within the range. So yes, it's a class A, and this is the subnet mask, right? So since this is the subnet mask and it's a class A, it means that the network portion of this IP address will be only in the first octet, or the first 8 binary digits. So now if we go and type in this in binary, let me erase this. Let me go ahead and type it in binary, this subnet mask. So let's go ahead. So with binary, /8 means that it's the network ID have the first 8 digits in binary digits, or in the first octet of an IPv4. So for the network ID, we are going in binary. We are going to type in these 8 binary digits with ones. So we are going to type in all ones. So for this network ID, for the subnet mask, so it's all 1. The first 8. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I want the remaining which it's going to be the host ID. So the host ID will be all set to zeros. So on the second octet, third octet, and the fourth octet. So here I'm typing the second octet after the dot. So here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the third octet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the fourth octet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this is my subnet. Now let me go ahead and convert my IP address into binary as well. So this is the IP address that I have. So 10.10.1.128. So for the 10, let's go to the chart on the right side, which can help us understand a little bit. So for the 10, let's say you have 128 starting from the left side. 128 is a number is greater than 10, so we don't need this. And if we don't need it, we're going to replace it with 0 in binary. 64 greater than 10, we don't need this. Replace it with 0. 32, same thing. 16, same. So 8, yes. So 8 is less than 10, we need this one, so we are going to put 1 here. For 4, so before we check the 4, let's subtract the 8 from the 10. So 10 minus 8 equal 2. So 2 more in binary and decimal, and that should be it. So 4 we're going to be greater than 2, so we don't need this. Replace it with 0. And with 2, yes, we need 2. And now the total would be equal to 10. And for the 1, we also don't need this one, so equal 10. Decimal, right? This is the decimal, and this is binary. Okay, let's put it here now. So this is going to be 0, 1, 0, 1, and we have 4 zeros. So this is 10, same with the second one. So here we have another 10. So 1, 0, 1, 0. Now I want to see 1. Okay, let's go and try to find the 1 now, right? So for the 1, obviously 128 is greater than 1. We don't need 64, so replace all this with 0 in binaries. 32, nope. 16 greater than 1. Same thing with 8, 4, 2, 1. Yes, 1. Here we go. So this is binary number that we are looking for here. So we are going to type in the 1 in the IP address here. So it's going to be 7 zeros, and the last one going to be 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then followed by 1. So this is the third octet in the IP address. And the last one, it's going to be my 128. That's the number in the fourth octet. 128, let's go back and check. So 128 in the chart, yes, I need this one, so replace with 1 in binary. The remaining, no, I don't have any more, so all zeros. So 1 followed by 7 zeros here. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Now after I'm done with that, so this is let me write down here. This is network, this is the IP address. Right? Okay, now I'm done. I'm going to draw a line to separate the network portion from the host portion. So since it's a class A, so the class A, the all /8, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are the 8 here. So I'm going to draw a line here. So the line going to be here. And this line will remind me and make it easier for me which one is which. So the line on the left side, it's going to be the network part. On the right side, it's going to be the host part. So here I can type in on top. This one is the network. And this is going to be the host. Okay. Now, since I have this, let me do another line. So since we have the subnet and the IP converted to binary, I'm going to draw a line here. And we're going, after this line, we're going to find out the information that we are looking for. So here I'm going to start by finding my network ID. So the network ID, basically what you're looking for in this the network part, you're going to put the same exact number here. So you don't need to change anything in the network portion. So here is going to be 0 followed by 4 zeros, which is 10. However, we're going to change in the host portion. So the host portion, we do have in the second octet, we do have all zeros, and third going to be all zeros, and the fourth going to be set to all zeros. So basically the network is going to be the lowest part, so the lowest number possible in all the octets in the host portion. So here going to be 8 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. This is the second octet again with the third octet. So 1, 2, 3, 6, and this is 8 again with the same thing. This is 6. So here basically we have our network ID. So I'm going to call it N, right? Shortcut for network ID. Now next I want to find my first host. So the first host is the first lowest number possible. So start the first lowest number starting from the fourth octet. So we are starting to fill numbers in the fourth octet. So obviously in the network part, always remember to keep the same number here. So I'm going to basically put the 10. So 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here we're going to type in all zeros as well. 6, 7, 8. Same as here. So this is the third octet, all zeros. And here the most lowest first number for the first host. 1, 2, 3. This is 6, 7, and 8. So that's basically my first host. So first. So I'm going to call it first H. Next, let me find my last host, because I need the last host now, right? So the last host is going to be the highest possible number without this one for the first host. So we are going to fill all the host portion with ones. So in the third octet, the second, third, and also the fourth is going all to be ones, except the one for the first host is going to turn to 0. So, and the network would be the same in all cases, followed by 4 zeros. Now for the last hosts, and the last host or the last IP address in this range, and this for this network, so this is going to be all 1. And the same here. So similar to the fourth octet, all set to 1. So here we're going to turn the first one into 0. So this is my last host. And finally, I want to look for the broadcast ID. So the B, I'm going to call it B. So the broadcast ID, same thing with the network portion. Put it exactly the same, that 10. And if you remember here, we did in the network part, we set all the host portion into zeros. In the broadcast ID, we're going to set all the host portion into ones. That's for the broadcast. So 1 is going to be all set to 1. And that's basically for the broadcast ID. Now, the final step, we're going to convert these binary numbers back to decimal. We're going to use the chart to help us converting. So let's start with the network ID, and we know that this one is 10. If we don't know, let's try back. So using this chart, all we need to do is put the 0, 1, write down whatever you have here, and now you can match. 0 is 0, so don't use these numbers. With 1, yes, you're going to just basically add. So 8, we have 1 here, so it's on. So the bit, it's on here. 1 is on here, so 8 plus 2, so equal 10. So in decimal, this is 10. So 10. So I'm going to write down here 10. Now, for coming to the host parts, we see that the whole host portion for the network is set to 0. So here the first one is 0. So if you put all zeros here, obviously it's going to be zeros. So we're not going to use any of these ones. So 0 is all set to off. The idea of 0 in computer, and 1 means on, 0 means off. The bit is off. So here I'm going to basically put 0 followed by 0 followed by 0. So this is my network ID. The first host, we have, let's find out the decimal from the binary that we find out. So here for the first host, I do have, as obviously I do have 10. This is the network, and the network will not be changeable, so the same number for all. Coming back to the host parts, we do as we see here, we see 0, so this is going to be the same. For the third octet, yes, it's as well 0. The fourth, for the first one is 1. So if we want to test on the chart, started from here, set to 0, 0, 0, 0. You just basically writing down the binary again here to test it against this chart, and this is 1. So whatever 0, cross it over, we don't need it. When it's 1 means it's on. We need this bit, so I'm choosing 1 here. So it's set to 1. So for the first host, this is 1. The last host, again, we do have 10. This is the network part. And for the host part, it's all set to 1. So let's find out this. So if we go and test the all ones against the chart, let's see here. This is 1. Yes, 1. It's all set to 1. As you see here, this is all ones, 8 ones, 8 ones, and 7 ones here. So yes, we're going to add all these ones together. So plus this 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. All these numbers we're going to add together, and this is going to equal 255. So here I'm going to type in 255. The third octet is again 255, and the last one we have only 0. So going to the charts, if we want to see that, so here we do have 1 1, right? So 1 here, 1 1 1 1 1 1 0. This is the binary that we have in here, right? So here, that's the one, the same exact number. We just put it against the chart to test this one. So we just going to cross this, and all the remaining will be 1. If we count this, 2 5 4. Okay, perfect. So this one going to be 254 in the fourth octet for the last host. So 254. Now finally for the broadcast, as you see here, 255, it's all 1, 255 and 255. So we're going to type in 10, which is going to be similar than 255 255 255. So this is the broadcast ID, and that should be it. I hope it's an easy method. All you need to do is to practice and have this chart in front of you to help you understand. You're just going to convert the subnet mask IP address to help you understand where's the network and where is the host. Then you're going to put in the network part whatever you have in the IP address back in the network part, and this will not change. Then we're going to draw a line. This line will help us divide this IP address into network plus host, and all the work will be in the host part. So all the work going to be in the host part. Finally, once you are done finding everything in binary, convert them back to decimal, and you're going to have your answers. So here in this example, I'm using a class C IP address. So here there's a class C with a subnet of /CIDR notation of 27. So if we go to the chart here, this is within the range. That's correct. So my address is 192.168.224.194, and however the subnet mask before subnetting is /24. If we look into 8, because there is 8 binary digits, as we said, 8 plus 8 plus 8, 24. This is a default number for class C IP address. However, we see 7, so there is some borrowing going on. We need to borrow in order to subnet from the host portion few bits. So let's find out the subnet here. let's write down the subnet ID. So the subnet mask for this IP address is going to be 11. So here 111. This is 678 and 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 1 2 3 3 4 5 6 7 8. Now we have 24, because if this is 8, if you calculate 8 plus 8 plus 8 equals 24, right? So this is, it's 24. So this is a default 24 for a subnet class C. However, we are looking for 27. So 24. Here we 5, 6, 7, followed by zeros. So 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. So this is the subnet. Subnet mask. Now next I want to find my IP address. So the IP address is 192, starting with 192. Let me go to the charts. And in the charts, let's see and calculate 192. So 128, yes. 64, yes. So 128 plus 64, it's 192. So we're going to ignore the remaining. So it's all zeros. Perfect. So this is 192. So 1, 2, and the remaining going to be set to 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now next I want 168. So 168, if we look into the charts and calculate 168 from these numbers, so 128, yes, 1, 64, no, 32, yes, give me 1, 16, no, plus 8, yes, so 128 plus 32 plus 8 equal, and this is the 168. So the remaining would be zeros, right? So here it's going to be set to 10, 10, 1000. Next, the third octet now. It's 224. So 128 plus 64, this is 192, plus 32, this is 224. We ignore the remaining. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So it's going to be 1, 1, 1, followed by 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for the fourth octet, and let's go ahead. So the fourth octet, we have 194, correct? So 194. So if we add up 128 plus 64, this is 192. Plus we need 192. We need 2 more. So here. So this is going to be all zeros. So 192 plus 2. It's 194. So 0. So this is my fourth octet. So 1, 2, 3, followed by zeros. Correct? So this is my IP address. Okay. So next, now I want to draw the line to separate my network portion from my host portion to help me do the calculation. So let me draw the line. So this is 24,567 from the subnet mask, so the line should be in here, right? So this is going to be the line here. So this is where I'm going to use the line. And also I'm going to use a line here, and also another line maybe here. So this one going to be the host, and this is network. Let me just put network here. So network. Okay, so this is the network portion, this is the host portion. This will be fixed. We're not gonna do any calculation on this part since it's the network part. The network part always kept the same. All the calculation will be on the host part. So again, we're going to do our calculation by starting with the network ID. So network ID, as we learned previously, it's going to be set to all zeros from in the host part. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, since we have 5 here, and this will be exactly the same. So it's going to be 0, 1, 1, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 1, 1. This is 3 here. 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, and we have 3, 6, 7, 8. Next, this is the network. I'm going to write the letter N. Next, I want to find my first host. Okay, so the first host is going to be the lowest number in the host portion. So I'm going to type in 1, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4. And this will be the same from the left side of the line. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 0, 1. And here we have 6 zeros and 2 ones. So this is first. I'm going to type in H to represent the host. So the last host is going to be the highest numbers. Turn the first host to the last host is going to be the opposite. So basically all ones here instead of zeros. And where's the 1? It's going to be 0. And this from the left side is going to be the same. So 3 zeros here, 1 0, 1 0, 1 0, and this is a dot here, so 0 0, 3 6 1 1. So this is my last host. So last, and also I'm looking for the broadcast ID. So I'm going to turn all the bits in the host portion into ones for the broadcast ID. It's basically the opposite of network ID. In the network ID we are turning all the bits to zeros, and the broadcast ID we are turning all the bits to ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and from the left side again it's going to be the same. So 3, 5, 1, 2, 3. I have 3 zeros here. 1 0 1 0 1 1 2 3 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is my broadcast, so B. Okay, so I think this should be it. Now the last step is to convert back these binary digits to a decimal. So starting with the network ID, so as we know, we said before that the left side of the line is the network portion, and it should be exactly the same. So it's here. We're going to type in this number, and it's going to be, so for the network, starting with the network ID, so it's 192.168.224, and here I'm going to see my so it's going to be the 4th octet, which is different. So on the network part, I do have 192. So we have 192. So if we go back and do calculation, we put this one in here. So here 1 1, we're going to convert now back to decimal. So this is, if you add these two, 128 plus 64, it's going to be 192, right? So here, this is going to be 192. So this is my network ID for this IP address. Next, I need to look for the first host. So for this host, this is, as we said, is 1 1 from the left side. This is from the left side is going to be all the same. So here is 192.168.224, and in the 4th octet we do have 192 plus 1. So from the far, so if we go here 1, we put these ones and do some calculation here, we find that these ones, 128 plus 64 plus 1 is 193. That's it. Now, so let's find next. What do we have next? So next I do have my last host, right? So the last host, it's going to be 192, the same thing, 168.224, and here let's go and see what's going on in the last host. So we do have 1 1, this is the 192, and then there is we do have 0 here, right? And then followed by 4 1s and 0. Let's do the sum calculation. This is 192, 16, 8, 4, 2, and this is going to be 222. So 222. And finally, I want my broadcast ID, exactly the same, 192 for the network ID portion, 168 and 224, and here this is all set to 1 from the host portion. And if we do the calculation here, on the chart. So 1 1, and then we have 1 0, then the rest is all 1. So this, if we do that, if we add all these numbers, 128 plus 64 plus 16, we ignore the 32, plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1, this is 2 2 3, and that's basically it. That should be the network ID, the first host, last host, and the broadcast ID for 192, for the IP address 192.168.224.194, and the CIDR notation is 27. That should be it. I hope I'm going to post another videos for subnetting, and I hope that you enjoy this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and talk to you later. Bye.